Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the RuneQuest rules by Chaosium Incorporated. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Strong language, mature scenes, and rune magics are on the way. As this is our Glorantha, we will remind listeners that it may vary from the one you already know and love. And now, on to the show. Thank you for joining us again another episode of the Old Ways Podcast. I am your storyteller this evening, Michael Diamond. My pronouns are he, him, and we are back in Glorantha as we continue our adventures in Dragon Pass. I want to thank you and welcome you into the story tonight. I hope that it is everything our players hope and imagine it could be. At the top of the show, as we always like to do, we'd like to thank you, the listener, but especially you, the Patreon supporter. If you've not had a chance to check out what we have to offer on Patreon, you can, and that's at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast. You can check us out on YouTube and on Twitch as well. So twitch.tv/theoldwaystwitch for all of our visual and auditory endeavors. And now we're going to get to character and player introductions, which begin to my right.
Hi, everybody. This is Heather. My pronouns are she, her. I play Lysana, an initiate of Ronalda. And I guess we're still the Heraborn, so I can still say that. And we are on our way to Boldhome with at least, I know, one very happy party member. My butt may be numb from the horse ride, but I think Alara's is still doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm certain we'll get a chance to check in with Alara's butt shortly. Next to Lysana.
This is Jake playing Vargast, initiate of Orlanthi, and Shah the Rainbow Worm. And we are treading some well-worn ground. Almost like we've been here.
It is. You probably do wonder how the squeeze is going to go this time, or perhaps if those lunars hanging out around.
Hey, let's see when any of the disasters we left behind us are going to play out.
Oh, I can't wait. Next to Vargast.
Hi, this is James, and I'll be playing Finn the Fisherman, who is nothing if not hindsight and has fully expected our sins to come back and bite us in the rump.
I love the idea of Finn being hindsight. I think that's fantastic. There's that works on so many levels. Next to Finn.
Hi, this is Morgan, and I play Alara. Our pronouns are she, her, and we are part of the cult Marangor. And we are currently riding Lodril, a beautiful chestnut horse. And I'm so excited. Lodril is named after the god of volcanoes.
Well, fantastic. An apt name for a worshiper of Marangor. And last, but certainly not least.
Hi, everyone. This is Mav. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Faisal, an initiate of Humocht and of Heller, any and all pronouns, and we got some new ink done last time.
Indeed you did. Welcome, Mav, and welcome, team. And so we are now going to get started. So we will part the veil, and we will look back in on our world of Glorantha as the team, the party itself, begins to make its way back to Boldhome. It is roughly a 3-day ride, give or take. You'll probably slow a little bit based on some of the weather, especially all the rain that you're going to encounter, and probably a little bit slower through the squeeze this time, I imagine, just to be sure you're not, visited by unexpected guests. That being said, though, I don't know if I want to go through the entire blocking and tackling of every single day. I think since we've traveled on this road before, it's reasonable to sort of push our travel speed along. There are some main questions that I have, though, and I'll sort of go through them for each of you. I have 5 questions. Is anyone stopping in the woods on the way back where the undead were to check in on that situation?
Finn has had more than enough of that area, so I don't think he would.
Okay.
I think Lysana would just as we ride past, not even going near, just as we pass, will offer up a prayer or two. May Arnalda's embrace them and allow them any type of rest or something along those lines too. But no, not even going there.
Fair enough. So barring any of that, unless Mav's going to have Faisal stop.
Well, I can detect undead by concentrating, so I'm going to concentrate a bit as we go past to see if that other wraith is back.
Yeah. No, doesn't seem to be.
Okay, then we're good.
Okay, then I'll ask the next question, which is anyone stopping at Apple Lane?
I guess it depends on what time of day we are, because I'd like to go through the squeeze during the day.
Yeah, certainly
So
doable.
If it's getting late, I'd probably stop.
Certainly doable. So what we will say then is, given the pattern by which you're going to pass through these spaces and these days, you get the opportunity to stop back in Apple Lane during Wild Day in Fertility Week, which is Chalana Aroy's holy day. And there is a temple, or there are priestess of that particular deity here. And so there's a beautiful and sort of harmonious gathering where food and wine is brought out. It's different than the initiation ceremony. It's a little bit calmer, but it's absolutely beautiful. And you actually see a fair amount of wildlife come around. And I'll just have all our Heraborn make for me an earth rune roll. Vargast, you don't need to make this roll. You automatically succeed.
I don't have an earth rune.
That's
I
okay.
very much have an earth rune, so...
Just roll for me anyways, Finn. 20%. You can sub in
Ooh,
Passion's Homeland.
that is 49 under 65 for Lysana.
Okay, great.
I got a 3.
Oh, good. Okay, 3. Good. What you got, Alara?
I got a 100.
I think that you're busy staring into the fire when this happens.
Wait, is Mason there?
No.
Oh.
No. They're not letting that dude into Apple Lane.
Oh, okay.
So you're staring into the fire while Vargast and Finn and Lysana see this. You don't even need the prompting, Vargast, because there's something inside of you that sort of draws your vision to some of the wood lines that are around Apple Lane. Now, obviously, they're cut back a little bit based on the need for civilization and security. But there's a far tree line there where you begin to see eyes, probably about 4 or so feet off the ground. And they're not predator set. They're prey set eyes. And just in the, we'll say, fading twilight, as it's beginning to get a little dark, you see that there's a collection of deer that sit on the tree line and stare at the fire. Clearly, any regular deer would probably know better than to come that close to a human encampment. But they stare. And after a moment or two, it works like a chain reaction where, Finn, you pick up that Vargast is sort of staring off into the distance. And you think maybe he's just had too much ale or wine or something like that. Or maybe he's got a serious bout of flatulence coming. You're hoping it's pointed at the fire when it happens.
It could be silent brooding. I mean,
it could be. But when you travel along his line of vision, you realize that the far tree line is filled with deer. Lots of them. Probably 5 or 6. And it's really strange. Lysana, your cue to this does not come from Vargast or Finn. You feel the Earth Mother whisper in your ear, and you hear her say, "My child, do not forget where you came from and who you are." And there's just this peaceful moment of the deer there. There's 4 or 5 of them. There's, we'll say, 3 does and 2 stags. And the stag that's in the middle of them is enormous. And it reminds you intently, Vargast, that you have something you're carrying around. And it weighs on you a little. That's it. That's what you get from Apple Lane.
I think Lysana is going to have there will be a few tears shed away from the others, maybe as she falls asleep, remembering as the reminder of everything.
Mhm.
Home, missing family, missing the community. Just kind of hits her before she falls asleep.
Yeah, totally reasonable. The next day, you're back on the road. And for those of you on up early in the morning, you can definitely see that this party went the full gambit of time. Lots of harmonious things happened. But from there, it's back to Redbird, where you pass the bridge, and Famous Bell, where you got the first initial rumors of a potential troll problem. Neither of the locations mention anything in passing. You also don't see the Lunars at the Redbird Bridge. However, you do encounter them before getting back to Johnstown. There's it's a patrol. There's probably 10 to 12. And you're going to encounter them on the road unless the group decides to do something to avoid them. You'll certainly have the opportunity based on the sun and based on how you're moving through the terrain to be able to make an adjustment if that's what you want to do.
I mean, what's the harm of passing through them? We can just lie and say that we're travelers.
We are travelers.
Yeah, we're not lying.
Yeah. Oh,
What if they
that's
ask?
true. Yeah, like, we didn't do anything wrong. Nobody blew up anything. We don't know anything about that.
Yet.
And I think we learned our lesson from the last time, if anything does.
No,
Come
we
about.
didn't learn. We didn't learn our lesson. Don't lie.
Damn it, Alara, we need to have learned a lesson. Come on.
I'd have
I know.
Finn lying for us, but he's as likely to get us in trouble as not.
Well, you're our once and future chieftain, so
And Finn getting us in trouble is nothing new, so we should be used to this by now, right?
Say as little as possible.
okay.
Keep our mouth shut. That should keep us out of trouble.
But nasty glares are free, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
So you have to give the road to them.
Well, yeah.
They are riding basically 3 abreast and probably at this point 3 to 4 rows deep. Shields, spears, and it looks pretty formidable on horseback. You're not prepared to take an entire, patrol of Lunars at this point. But they seemingly just give you the same sort of dirty look on the way back. And then I'll ask, are you stopping at all in Johnstown? Some of you used to live there. Some of you do live there.
I suppose it would be a good idea.
Okay. Fair enough.
Resupply if nothing else.
Yeah.
You're fine on food supplies based on the stuff you pulled off the bear. I mean, the innkeeper at Geo's in Runegate was more than willing to part out what you needed for food for back home. You don't really need to stop for anything except maybe more ale or honey mead or wine, which is an important provision, certainly.
Sure. Actually, I guess it would be up to Faisal if we should stop, because he is the one that lives in Johnstown.
Yes, they do.
I would like to see my mother, but if you would prefer to move through quickly.
We can take some time out.
I'm perfectly happy getting off of the horse and stretching, giving my butt a break from the road, honestly, getting a little bit cleaned up, actually sitting in an actual chair or standing and walking.
Johnstown is where they have that bath, isn't it?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yep. There's a bath in Johnstown.
I'd be very happy with that. Very happy with that.
That sounds like a good idea while Faisal is visiting their mother.
Mm-hmm. So, based on the Johnstown street map, you're going to come in through the Scholars' Quarter. So you'll come in through the back door, as they would call it. Specifically, this is the South Gate. I mentioned the back door, of course, because there is the back door inn, which you could stop at. Also, for notable points, Finn, this is the place where you met the man in the striped suit on top of the hill, where there is a Hermoli shrine. Maybe, not really, possibly.
Not really, but...
But it's important to note that Johnstown right now is being occupied. And so the Lunars are here, and there are forces here watching all sorts of stuff. As a reminder, there are multiple Orlanthi temples here to Orlanth Thunderous and Adventurous. They are barred and closed. It's very similar to what you saw in Boldhome. But that said, you do have the opportunity to take in the bathhouse, which I believe, if memory serves correctly, is run by a couple of Eularian priests, which would not be a bad time for anybody. Stopping in, Faisal, your mother is probably mending something. She greets you at the door and embraces you and says, "Oh, you're back. That was quick."
Told you I'd be back at some point. Did my best.
Of course. How was RuneGate?
Sparse. They're still struggling.
I can only imagine.
We won't be staying in town long. We're headed from here to Boldhome and then going to look for the Haraborn's kin. I said I would go with them.
That is good of you.
Mother, I come to seek your counsel before I leave.
She sort of extends her arms out wide, not without a hug first.
Oh, of course. I return it.
Now, how may I count?
Sit down because the weight is heavy. I, some time ago, made a choice that I thought was the right thing to do. But I've learned from prayer and meditation that I made the wrong choice and that many lives will be lost because of it. I know what I must do to atone, and I will spend every moment I can doing so. But the weight, Mother, it's so much to bear. And I don't know how to find my joy in Humacht again while carrying it.
What happened?
There was a lunar scout we found on the road. He'd been attacked. I saved his life because I thought leaving him to die would be dishonorable. I truly believed it was the right thing to do. I would not have done it if I had any doubts. But it was the wrong choice.
And you've brought this to Humacht.
I have.
Life and death are in his hands. But he spreads that responsibility out to all of you. You know this. Is there a path which you could walk to reclaim his favor?
I must do my best to stop the Lunar Army. Just a heavy sort of look. Whatever I can do, and that will take many lives on the end of my blade. But there are so many, Mother. I must bear it, but it is so much.
There is always another way. When one thinks about stopping an army, I think of heroes. I think of quests, great legends. Have you considered embarking on one of these quests? Perhaps to find something which could help. And great things have been accomplished. Think of the Lightbringers, all of them helping Orlanth, Humacht included, to find a way to bring Yelm back.
I don't feel worthy.
But you must be. If if Humak said that you must stop the lunar army, how would he ask you to do something without knowing your worthiness already?
Bow my head. I know he has not forsaken me. With his power, I stopped a wraith just a few days ago. I know I am not left to the wayside.
Nor are you alone.
No.
Then take heart.
You're right.
Who would help you bear this burden, as you are helping them bear theirs?
I do so much alone. As you know, it's taking some time to get used to it.
Of course.
I will do what I can. I will seek out this quest if I can find the road. And I will try to find my joy again.
You cannot find the road without looking for it in some fashion, and so that is the place to start.
You always know the right thing to say.
Yes, many years of mistakes.
Gets the first genuine smile that Faisal's made since the incident.
You have a path to walk with Humak, but do not sacrifice Heller as well.
Of course not. I don't think they'd be very pleased.
I doubt it. Now, I have some freshly baked apple bread, which I will give with you on the condition that you get out that door and get back on with it.
I give her a salute with a smirk.
She wraps up a couple loaves of bread. They're probably still lightly warm. Share them. And the wisdom.
I will.
And stay as safe as you can.
I will try.
I will be seeking Ronaldo's face for you in hopes to keep you grounded.
Thank you, Mother. I kiss her on the cheek and give her a hug and leave.
Yep.
Slightly reluctantly.
Anyone else need to stop in Johnstown, or would you like to get back to Boldhome?
Finn heads up to that spot where he met the gentleman with the striped jammies and offers the homeless man that he finds there, I'm sure, a couple of L's.
Certainly.
And a nod. But doesn't stay around too long.
Staying over in Johnstown's not a terrible idea, but you could certainly press through and push the horses and get to Boldhome if that's what you wanted.
I would prefer so.
Okay. That being said, Boldhome awaits. It being a capital, there's an awful lot of advantages in a capital. So it's home to, again, tons of major temples, but it also has two great temples. One is to Arnalda, and the other is to Asaris. And so great temples are different than major temples. They're even larger and more, robust. And it being in between essentially 2 to 3 different mountains, it gives it a really firm footing. Getting back to Boldhome, you arrive at night through the gates, through the north gate, which leads you down back into the city, and back through, passing through the eyes of many lunar soldiers who watch under occupation. I wonder, where are you going?
Chose.
Okay.
I think that was rather the point of stopping off here.
Mm-hmm. You head to Joe's. Also, you go all the way down and through the city and eventually back towards the west to get to Joe's, because it's sort of on the different spot in the city. You got to go all the way down and through. But you are admitted. The man at the door does not even ask. Seems to know who you are. You get admitted to Joe's, which is busy. There's probably 25 people or more in here, which is about double that it was last time you were in. The bar is in full tilt, teeming with life and people. There's also there's an awful lot of people here that have painted themselves with blue and yellow face paint. There's actually a lot of painted people in here. Not that that's completely uncommon for Sartorites, but it's sort of striking. Like there's an awful lot of people that have the air rune painted on them.
Is it a holy day for anybody?
I mean, every day is holy for Orlanthi, but no, this isn't. It's God Day, Infertility Week. The only thing you can think of is, Stormbull has a holy day tomorrow, but this isn't tomorrow, so you don't know what people are doing.
All right, well, we'll go up to the bar.
You see Previs, who greets you. You're back.
We are back.
Wonderful. How'd it go?
Without a hitch.
I don't believe you.
Well, close.
He begins to set glasses up. I'm so glad you're back. I have been looking forward to your return.
Oh, really?
Certainly. Certainly, I want to be able to make sure that you know that with a job well done, you can certainly utilize this. He sort of places a larger, wider token on the table. You see the front of it has a symbol of man. And then you also see the symbol for Joe's, which is like a sign. And he shows it towards you. You see a series of runes, right? So you see earth and air amongst them, and there's a stylized version of what you know as Joe's in.
Well, thank you.
Keep it on you.
Of course.
And if there are any gatherings, you'll certainly be needing it to get to them.
I see.
But other than that, how'd it go?
Well, we had a few scrapes here and tumbles, but nothing of any real import. We did find something that we passed on to the bartender in Johnstown, Joe's at Johnstown.
What did you find?
Let's just say some lunar scrolls came into my hands.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good to know.
We got them translated, and I tried to get the information to some right people.
All right. Well, hopefully they're dispersing them. That sounds pretty important.
I thought so too.
Clearly your run to Runegate wasn't merely just to protect a caravan.
Yeah, clearly.
It's important.
Of course it is. I agree completely.
Good. Every little movement we can make and we can prepare is going to be one step closer to where we want to be, but we've got to be really careful.
Mm-hmm. I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's all the paint?
Oh, it's, he chuckles. It's Jowls' thing. He points over to a guy in the corner. You see that he's dressed in this sort of really strange getup. You see, the Orlanthi temples are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. But nobody's happy about it. The Lunars know that there's a ton of men here who are real shook up about not being able to go to their regular temple. And so they sometimes cause a little bit of a ruckus. And so they're going to go make a public display. And they're going to rile up a bunch of Lunars. And they're going to get them upset that the barbaric Sartorites are not paying attention. And it's going to be one hell of a diversion.
I see. I like it.
Well, we got to think a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing Giles is good at, it's thinking differently. I think he has something akin to, I don't know, there's some sort of machine he has. It's a contraption built out of, it's got sheep stomachs. I have no idea what it does, but he says it's super effective.
Super effective.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, when are they doing this?
Should be within the hour. I wouldn't be anywhere near it if I were you, though.
Of course not.
What's your plan now?
We're going to head to the block. See if we can't find some of our people.
Okay. Well, If they're there, if they're still there, hopefully they're being treated right.
Let's hope.
All right, well, I'll get you some food, and I assume you need a place to stay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Always happy to keep you here. Oh, it's $12 a night.
Of course.
So Joe's is, as always, exceedingly friendly. But as members, as you all get your membership tokens, you realize that there's a group of people here who seem to acknowledge the transaction that Privis has with you. You get a little nicer places to stay. You don't get any more leg room per se, but they are nicer than like the, bales of hay or whatever that you laid on last time. These are actually beds that are available in back. And probably about a half an hour or so passes before a line of like 15 Orlanthi men in a line like just roll out the front door. And it isn't more than probably 4 or 5 feet out of the door. They start hooting and hollering and like making a bunch of noise. They're chanting as they're going along. And it's hard not to get riled up. So, Vargast, what's your air rune at?
90.
Okay, thanks. You just make a roll here.
Just make a roll?
No, just me. I'll make a roll.
Okay.
Don't you worry about it. See, the thing about runes when they're over 90 is they do things. Yeah, you think it would be a really good idea for you to get out that front door. You feel the pulse in the air and you're like, I can't be left behind.
Yeah, I gotta be involved.
You do have to be involved. So you go out the door?
Yes.
Okay. Fabulous. So while y'all are drinking and eating, at some point when these men go out the door, Vargast just stares out the door, sets his drink down, and walks out
I pick up
after
his
them.
drink and I finish it. I mean, he's
Maybe
not
not
gonna.
even walk. You might hustle.
You know what? Ordinarily, I would ask if we should be concerned, but usually I'm the troublemaker, so I think things are okay. He'll be fine, I'm sure.
Well, with all of that blue paint, I was wondering. I'm not surprised. I just hope he can take care of himself. But I suppose we ought to make sure that we have enough to bail him out if necessary.
Maybe. That might be good to put your heads together. But you're now back in Boldhome where your Isari's merchant friend has access to your money, which could be helpful. So the group of these Orlanthi warriors head down into a spot near a pool. There's a couple of different inland bodies near Boldhome where there's water. There's one specific spot in town, and they begin moving along the People's Road. And the People's Road you've been on before because it leads you back to the front gates of Boldhome. And they get within sort of where Market Street and the People's Road meet. That is this main influx of 5 different roads. And they start moving in a circular pattern. And it is all too easy to get like just completely enraptured with what they're doing. And they're singing these hymns to Orlanthi. And they start raising all of this energy. I don't know if you've been to, certainly people probably have been to drum circles or at Ren fairs when they do this sort of thing. It gets infectious. And there's 2 sets of people that watch this. There are people who get excited to see it and they begin to get sort of involved. And then there are people who live in Boldhome who fear the reprisal, and so they sort of get out of the way. And along this circular path that you're now beginning to sort of move along in with these other painted men, you realize that they are beginning to like sort of utilize the paint that's on their body to make sure that you're completely one of them. And so very quickly you get sort of plastered with all these different colors. You get blue, of course, and yellow, and then eventually orange. And there's this amalgamation that happens. And there's one roll I'd like you to make. You could either make an Orlanthi-based roll, so like a passion or a loyalty or a love, or I would also allow a homeland like Sartar or something like that roll to evoke what they're going to try to do.
Okay, I will use my loyalty to the Heraborn
Ooh,
to stick your thumb in the eye of the Lunars for what they did.
I love that.
And that is 11 under 70.
That is a very, very good roll. That is an excellent roll. So you get caught up again, and the songs begin to rise, and they begin to bounce off all this wonderful walled city, right? That begins to act like an amphitheater for your worship. And as you do, the realization comes to you that you're being watched. You know that the Lunars are watching this happen. You see them massing at the edges of your vision. But you are so caught up in the fervor of what's going on. The only people that matter that are watching you are the young Sartar boys and girls and kids and men who need the inspiration that you are giving. And it's at that point that soldiers come to break it up. And they're going to attempt to break this up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a roll for the lunar troops that are here, similar to a battle resolution roll. And then we'll also have a roll that gets made for the Orlanthi who are here. But I'm going to let you have the opportunity to augment that roll based on a rune roll from you.
Well, I'm going to give it 90.
Okay. So
Orlanthi flows through me.
go ahead and roll your air rune.
That is 18 under 90.
A very good roll. Okay, awesome. So they go to break it up. And for the first 3 or 4 minutes, they can't break the circle that these men make. And they begin to come into like physical contact to try to pull Orlanthi warriors apart. And they can't do it. And you realize the call that begins to go out, that like no man should be chained by these people, and we will not break our clan circle. We will not break our fellowship. And it's at that point that you begin to see other members, other lunar troops begin arriving, like lunar sorcerers and people you probably don't want to mess with. The leader of this entire troop eventually breaks off into the middle of the circle, and he, at the top of his lungs, praises Orlanthi and says, "You may close our temples, but Orlanthi does not exist within a temple. He is the Lord of the Middle Air, and you cannot stifle him." And in a single, solitary final shout, 20 Orlanthi warriors shout Orlanth's name, you included. And many of the lunar soldiers cover their ears because it's so loud. Back at Geo's, you hear Orlanth's name get shouted through the walls of the bar. And then everything sort of softens and dies like after the crackle of thunder. And then you get arrested. So Vargast does not return that evening. But what I would like to do, as Vargast is in the Boldhome jails, I think it would be fantastic to go through and give all of our players the opportunity to show their improvements. And so we'll start with Lysana. We'll go through your skills and we'll go through your runes. And I will give you 2 improvement rolls per skill and per rune. And then you have to tell me how many you pass.
Okay.
Don't worry about telling me if you fail, but if you pass, that's what I want to know.
For the sake of our listeners and to refresh my own memory, I am rolling.
You are going to be rolling 1d100, and you'll go through your skill list, right? So each column, and then you want to roll over, right?
Okay.
So when you fail that skill roll, you will get a d6 increase to that skill.
Oh, well, that is That is a fail on the first one.
Yes, every skill, every rune.
A fail on the second one, because my D100s are used to rolling low. Third, that for my Earth Tongue. Speak other languages, Earth Tongue. That is a 78 over 30. So if we're going over, that definitely works. That's one.
Right. So add 4 points to that. Cool.
Come on. That is a 41 under 45, so no. That is an 82 over 35 for my Worship of Arnalda.
That is also a 4.
Okay, just checking through. Okay, for Listen, I'm at base 25, so this hopefully will work. That is a 62 over the base of 25, so that, I guess that's a success. Okay.
Yep, that gets raised. It goes up by 6.
All right, next will be Scan. Again, also base of 25. And that is a 24 under 25. That kills me. I think that is... Oh, First Aid. I knew there was one more. So right now I'm at 45 for First Aid. Come on. Mm-hmm. That is a 53 over 45. So yes. 47 in a row.
Fabulous. You see a raise there. That raise is 2 points.
Oh, and Treat Disease. I almost forgot about that one. It's been a while since we've done this. That is a 42 over 40. Yay!
And you can get 4 points for that.
Yep. Oh, yes. Yes.
And then if you have any... Okay. You have runes to do.
At least 3 of them. Okay. So let's do Darkness first, because that's probably the easiest. That's only at a 20. So... Well, I lied. That's a 6. So darkness is not my old friend. But then again, we knew that.
Okay, stays at 20.
Is Water at 45. That is a 91.
Mm-hmm. We're good. All right. It now goes up 4 points.
And at last, my Earth Rune. Because, yes, that's a 65. And that is an 85. Yes. Okay.
Oh, good. That also goes up 4 points.
All right. And so those are the elemental runes and power runes. I have a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. How do I want to do this? All right. Let's start with fertility. That's at a 75. I'm not expecting much on this one. Oh, wow. That's an 83. My dice have gotten the message.
Okay. You get 3 points to fertility.
And we'll just go right across the board to death. That's a 25. That's a 72. Oh.
So I think power runes are different because they have to stay balanced to 100. What I'm going to rule is you're going to get a chance to roll one of them, right? Or you'll get a chance to roll both. But once one succeeds and you take that raise, you have to deduct the like amount from the other one. That only makes sense because they have to stay locked at 100. So if you're taking your fertility raise, you're not rolling death because you don't get it. And so we'll sort of make the player characters choose which one they want to raise if they've done both. Does that seem reasonable and fair?
Okay. All right. So let's test that theory. I will roll truth. My truth rune at 75 next and see.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 34 under 75. So nothing happens there.
So it doesn't go up. And then the question would be is, because you have illusion checked, the question is, do you want it to go up? Because it will mean dropping your truth rune. Now you got choices.
No, I don't. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Yep.
We move on.
And that's everything I have checked.
Perfect. So Vargast, while in prison, let's do some checks. You have a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. You've had a lot of intoxicants. You don't remember drinking as much, but you do feel like your skin feels like it's covered in mushrooms. You have no idea why, and you feel a little itchy.
That must have been one of that drink that guy gave me.
Yeah, maybe. You can swear you hear Finn's voice in your ear. You know he's not here, but
he would find a way.
He would.
All right, climb. 21 under 45. 2 rolls, right?
Yeah, 2 for the skills. Yep.
89 over 45.
Climb goes up by the mighty 1.
Oh, yay. All right, dodge.
It's a good skill to have.
It's a good skill to have. 91 over 41.
And your dodge goes up by 4.
Ride horse. 45 over 25.
Okay. You improve your ride by 4 points.
Orate. 11 under 35. 4 under 35. So that doesn't go up. Let's see. Customs local. 82 over 55.
Okay, 82 over 55. That goes up by 2.
Listen. 24 under 40. 61 over 40.
61 over 40.
Yep.
That goes up by 6.
Ooh, nice. Scan. 72 over 40.
72 over 40. That goes up by 6 as well.
Broadsword. 37 under 50. 57 over 50.
30. What was the first one?
37.
Over 50?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
37 under 50.
Under 50. Okay, so you get a braze. Do you get a braze on broadsword?
57 over 50.
57 over 50. Goes up by 2 points.
Okay, and two-handed spear. 7 under 40. 88 over 40.
88 over 40. Goes up by 2.
Okay, that's it. Oh, wait. Runes.
Yes.
Forgot about the runes. Let's start with the hard one. Air.
Yeah.
67 under 90. And 65 under 90.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness. 21 under 50. 69 over 50. Nice.
69. Your darkness goes up?
Yeah.
Who knew your darkness room was that high, huh? It goes up by 4.
I use it once. And then man rune. The man rune.
Man rune.
9 under 50. 75 under 50, or over 50.
75 over 50. So your beast rune's going to go down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Your man rune goes up by 6.
Sweet. Okay, that's it now.
Okay. Fabulous. And so now that Vargast is done, I believe we get to see Finn.
I don't have a whole lot. So fast talk. That is a 67 over 36.
Okay. Fast talk goes up by 4.
I have orate. That is a 6 under 43, so no dice there. No love. Customs, 71 over 40.
Customs goes up by 4.
Survival is that is an 83 over 25.
Oh, your survival goes up by 6.
Nice. I don't hate that. More survival, the better. Listen. That is a 1 under 42, so nothing. And search, a 68 over 44.
Search goes up by 3.
Okay. I do believe... sling. I used my weapon. And that shouldn't be easy, or shouldn't... No, hey, look at that. That's a 19 under 30, so nothing there.
Yeah,
of course not.
Happens.
And let me see. My runes. So, water... That is 67 under 70, so nothing changes there. 91 over 80 for my illusion.
Illusion goes up by 3.
And movement. Nope, 73 under 75.
Okay.
That is it.
Fab. So that brings us to Alara.
I'm ready for it. All right. So, first and foremost, I have Manage Household, which is currently at a 57. Wow. I'm managing all the households. And let's see what I get. Oh, I got a 70. So I failed that roll.
Okay. You did. I'm going to raise your Manage Household by 6 points.
By 6 points. Cool. And then my last one that I had a successful roll in so far is Search, which I currently have a 40 in.
Okay.
Oh, and I get a 7 on that roll, so I'll get nothing. And that's it.
Okay. Now, hold on a second. As your benevolent storyteller, I think that given the amount of, we'll say, dice issues with Alara, I think it's fair for you to pick 4 skills that you know you rolled and maybe that you didn't do so well on and failed. And you can take these as a learning experience. So select 4 of your skills and we'll roll them. And should you roll over, I will be benevolent enough to give you some skill raises.
Oh, that's so nice. Does that include runes?
Yes.
Oh, good. Because I totally failed on my Earth rune at one point, but I didn't have to roll on it. So I currently have a 65 in my Earth rune. And of course, I got a 36 on my roll. Watch me pass all these. That'll be so great. I'm pretty sure I failed my climb roll when...
Yes.
Okay. So I have a 57 in climb. Really like these odd numbers. Oh, and I get a 60 on my roll, so I failed it.
Hey.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to raise it by 5.
And then Betty and we did listen at one point, and I failed that, especially if my good buddy Finn had it. So my listen is currently at a 50. And I got a 24 on that roll. So now my dice, they love me. And then I used my composite bow at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on the bear, and I missed.
Yes.
I have a 55 in my composite bow.
I remember you were saved by our cat.
I was, and I got a 38 on that roll.
Okay. So
no
one can say that you were not given every opportunity.
I was. Thank you, benevolent game master.
You're welcome.
Storyteller, keeper, whatever I'm going to call you.
Sure. All the titles work. But if that exhausts your skills and your rune rolls, then we will move to Faisal.
Okay. So my first one was Climb, which is base 40. And I rolled a 91.
Your climb goes up by 4.
Okay. So 44 for Climb now. My next one is Bargain, which I have base 5 in. I rolled a 3. So that's not going anywhere. Let's see. First Aid. We all know how well that went. Base 30, or I'm at 35 on that, so...
I mean, I think it went great.
Yeah, yes you do. 62 over 35.
Well, your first aid goes up by 6.
Nice. So that takes me to 41. Okay, the next one is Listen, which I have 35 in. Rolled a 1. But we get 2 on these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 84 over 35.
Okay. Your listen goes up by 6.
Nice. Okay. Scan, base 25. 15. Or an 80. I'll take the 80.
Yep, your scan goes up by 3.
Okay. Search, which is at 50. 35 or 38, so nothing for search. Track, base 5. Rolled a 10.
Track goes up by 2.
Okay. Broadsword is at a 65. Rolled an 85.
Wonderful. Broadsword goes up by 5.
Nice. It's a 70 now. Okay, and grapple, base 25. 28.
Okay. Grapple goes up by 3 points.
Okay. Next up is the honor passion, which I have a 60 in. 69. Nice.
Nice. It'll go up by 5.
Okay. All right. The only elemental rune I used was my water rune, which is at 70. It's a 17. That's an 85.
85 goes up by 6.
Whoa. Heller will be happy. Okay. My death rune, which is at 70. 25. Or 44, so that doesn't go up. Truth rune. 80. 100.
100, huh?
Yep.
Take 6 points.
Ooh. Truth rune's at 86 now. I'm even less able to lie.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till it gets to 90.
Yeah, I believe it.
So since I failed my search, it was my search. I didn't roll twice on that. I rolled one.
Okay, please roll again.
Do I get to roll on the other ones that I lost? Because I only rolled once on those. The ones that
Yes,
you gave me.
the other 3 you can roll twice on.
I got a 63 on that one, so it means I failed. 63 or 40.
It goes up by 3 points.
Whoop. Hang on. I was like, wait. 3. Okay. And then I think it was Earth Rune. I failed that one. And I got a 73 over 65.
Okay. Your Earth Rune goes up by 5 points.
And then my composite bow.
Did you go grab new dice?
No. I passed that with 30 under 55, so nothing there.
Okay.
And then climb. No, I already did the climb. There was
You did.
one more. It was listen. Listen is at a 50. And I got an 83 over 50.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
Your listen goes up by 5 points. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to close out our episode now as the next leg of Adventures in Dragon Pass starts next time. Thank you and good night.